I love this song. Every time I think of, I'm all right, I just think of Dangerfields, out there.
Okay.
Need a bowl of soup with that hat,
That's great on you.
Oh, goodness. Steve Pegram, Jeremy Laplant in studio. Now, this is exciting.
Yes.
Number one friend of the show, Steve Pegram. New friend of the show, Jeremy Laplant. And right around 9:20 here on this 24th day of May. But the inaugural Got Faith golf outing's coming up. But before we hit on that, can I just ask you about all the other things? I have seen Got Faith pretty much every hour on the hour for 4. You're in Walmart now, shirts and...
It's unbelievable. I mean, selling T-shirts at Walmart is just unbelievable. And then the other thing is the employees are allowed to wear them Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they don't have to wear their vest if they wear a Got Faith shirt. So isn't that so cool? Well, and the manager's walking around with a vest. I mean, a Got Faith T-shirt. It's like so cool.
Well, a big shout out to the Walmart, too, for giving the employees that opportunity to say, hey, you wear this shirt, take that vest off for the day,
Very cool, very cool.
Very cool.
Really cool. And then before we go any further, too, Got Faith Week, how did that go?
It was very well. We had so many people, and to me, the people that showed up, it was unbelievable. I mean, to have a manager of Walmart to come to your business, we had a movie producer, which actually they just shot a movie.
I was following along.
Yeah, they shot a scene there Sunday, but it took them... It's unbelievable how much time it takes to... And this thing's probably only 5 minutes at the max. But they were there Friday and Saturday and, just sitting there, all the cameras up and everything, and then spent all day shooting.
You know what's funny? Because when I do wrestling stuff, when I was, especially in Austin, we'd have to do promos, once every week, and I'm going in, and first impression, I thought, good, let's get in, let's get out 30 seconds, boom. 3 hours later, my 30-second promos were getting done. And ever since then, I'm like, all right, pencil out a half a day for my 1 minute of fun,
Wow. Isn't that the truth?
But how exciting. Your building up there has been a blessing, it seems like.
It is. There's just so much going on and just more and more each day. I think the last time I was here, I don't know if I mentioned it, we're doing free haircuts.
Yeah,
on Thursdays. And the food pantry. Martha's Closet, of course, is doing great.
Debbie Ramirez is a godsend too. Thank you, Debbie, for helping set this up and everything you do also.
For sure.
Can I ask you about the 12-step?
Yes, there is a 12-step for women only. It's the very first one and the only one in Jersey County. We've got 4 women and 2 counselors or 2 ladies in charge. To me, that is awesome.
Huge.
And what they did is they ordered shirts. And I don't know if you saw that or not, but it's the shirts say, Stepsisters. Isn't it cool?
How cool is that? I like it. I like it.
It's cool. So they're all going to be walking around with shirts that say Stepsisters. And our friend Mark Lane. You know Mark.
Yep.
He sent me a thing and wanted to know, how can he get some of those shirts through, Celebrate Recovery. And I believe he's got a 12-step in Alton somewhere. Yep. So isn't that cool?
Well, you guys are just growing, and you're growing in a good way. It's not about, any type of, quota or anything. It's just about spreading the faith and helping as many people as you can, and that's why I appreciate it. Now, with that being said, all of us can, try our best at golf coming up soon. Well, Steve and I can. Jeremy's going to be just fine. I'm telling you what, I slice so bad it's not even funny. I aim to the road so I hit the fairway,
CJ, we all have a little bit. It's all good. It's okay. Yeah.
So take me through this. This is the inaugural golf outing. How did this come about?
This is last fall. Steve reached out and he said he'd like to have this first tournament and get this going. And, we do want this to be an annual event. And this being the inaugural one, we're trying to really get some momentum behind it this year. So came to me, it was a little late in the fall, so we just reached out. Finding a venue was actually tough, so it's going to be held on Sunday, June 25th at 1 p.m., and this is at Rollins Hills here in Godfrey.
Well, that's actually a lot better. I always find the golf courses that are a little bit more, my style of play. I'm not going to be able to hit a 450-yard drive or anything out there. And what a great location, too, because it's still close enough to Jerseyville and right there in the Riverbend area where you can get some folks in from all walks of life. But question for you. It wasn't one of those where the inventory for courses was so low because of all the, because there's so much going on. I wouldn't have thought about that.
It was actually very tough, and we found out that most of these have been annual events already. So they're like, oh, we've got this already scheduled. We've got this scheduled. So finding this Sunday, I thought it was perfect. It's got faith. Here we are. Yeah. Let's gather on a Sunday afternoon, have fun with each other, get to play some golf, and raise some money for the ministries here. It's just great. So.
I think it's fantastic. I really do. And Steve, are you going to be out there with the driver?
Actually, no. I'm.
We could be a scramble. I'm ready.
I'm going to be on vacation.
Oh, well,
that week. Honestly, the very first and last time I went golfing was 24 years ago. Because I'm trying to think how long I've been sober. 24 years. I was on a golf course.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got kicked off the golf course because I was driving the golf cart on the where the little hole. And you're not supposed to drive your cart on there. No.
A little too close to the green.
They had like police on golf carts.
We have the flag, the range cart. They don't mess around.
They come and got me, and you got to go.
You think the conservation police are tough? You wait and see.
But praise the Lord. 24 years of sobriety, and
you recently just celebrated 24 too, right?
Yes,
I saw that.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations. Yeah. And what's it like partnering with someone like Jeremy, a younger guy that is coming on to the helping out and contributing to Got Faith and adding the events? I mean, that's got to be a good feeling too.
It is. I've known Jeremy for quite a few years.
About 20 years now.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
So before, and I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this, but about 20 years ago, and I asked Steve if it's all right to share this story, just a quick one. 20 years ago, we had some tragedy in the family. And I met Steve, and my wife and I, we lost a child at 8 months, and just the worst thing that you could never go through. And Steve stepped in and came to us and said, hey, I want to donate a headstone. And just at the time that was, we're 26 years old and going through just the most painful thing in your life, Yeah. And so I just want everybody to know his heart. Here's a man who does this day in and day out, helping folks in our community, in Jersey County and surrounding areas. Basically, anybody that wants help or needs help can come up to Got Faith and receive some attention and some help. So wow. Just want you to know the heart behind the man that's putting all this together. Those that have come to Got Faith, I'm sure you see that, and the numerous volunteers that are there also and stuff. So he's forever in my heart with that, and I just wanted to. As soon as he asked me, I was like, well, of course, let's get this. And now let's build it. First year is going to be probably smaller, and it's going to take some time to get this going. But our goal is 18 teams. We've got about 6 right now. So if we can get this going, I'll give a quick cost, $320 a team. Okay.
Team of 4.
Team of 4.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. So $80 a person here. Here we go. The course has their share, of course, and then the rest goes to Got Faith, and it's just a great opportunity. You can also do hole sponsors. We're looking for hole sponsors, $100 per hole. Have your name, your business, your whoever you want to sponsor on there can show up and help out. Awesome. Okay, so. Lots of ways to donate. We're going to have prizes, closest to the pins, longest drive, all these good things. And depending on how many teams, it'll be flighted. So those golfers out there listening, there's a little something out there too.
That's really cool. And, I think a daily show 4th hole would be nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
I do like that.
Well, and too, just circling back real quick, I was telling somebody yesterday on the show, I said, the people that really do the most are the ones that don't advertise it or promote it to the world. Because if you have to go out and tell everyone what you're doing each day, well, you aren't doing enough because you aren't that busy.
Yeah.
And Steve, really, so many people just say the same thing, and to know that it's not just a message, it's your actions too. And because we can always, preach all day long, and I can come behind a microphone and say, here's what you need to do. But it takes, somebody special to actually do the things that you're doing, and really great stuff. And Jeremy, with this golf tournament, I thought, well, this is neat. This is a new thing, but you picked a good person, Steve, to run this golf tournament with all these, different events and closest to the pin. Now I got to ask you, how many golf tournaments are you doing a year just on your own, leisurely?
So normally I'll probably do about 5 or 6.
Okay.
You know? And so it's a busy summer sometimes, but yeah, this year I've only played in one so far. So yes, it's cut down a bit.
So we have a chance.
Yeah.
No.
Right?
And that was like probably not a chance, but we have a fighting chance
It's
to
always
do it.
flatted. It's always flatted. So yeah, all levels are welcome. Come on out and have a good time.
That's what I think's great. Now, is there an age requirement? Like maybe a dad wants to play with his sons or vice versa?
Anybody. In fact, my daughter Jer, she's 18. She's putting in a team with her friends and stuff.
Oh,
you know,
great!
So,
Yeah,
cool.
that is cool.
So yeah, there's really no limitations, no nothing out there. I mean, if you want to play, come out, have a great time. If you're an individual and you want to reach out, we can help you find a team too and help put you together.
Now that's what I was going to ask, because it seems like for me, because I only have this is the weirdest thing. I only have 2 friends that play golf. Out of all the kids, I had 2 friends that play golf, so I can never find the 4th person on the team. You know, so that's actually good to know that if you're one short or maybe you want to join one, there's a chance.
Sure. Do we want to give out email or numbers on contact
go for
and
it,
stuff?
yeah.
So the best way to sign up, you can either email at jeremy.laplant at edwardjones.com.
Okay.
Or even my cell phone here is 618-410-4010. So come on out, sign up, whole sponsors, whatever you're willing to do and looking to have some fun. Come on out and let's do it this year.
And let's build this thing, because I have a good feeling about this. I really do. I think that when we talk about this in another year, it's going to be an exponential growth of a tournament. Now, if you have any questions, you can weigh in on the text line. I have a few more. So, how long is there a registration before the event? Do we have to sign up ahead of time? How's that work?
We will let you sign up that day if you want to come out, okay?
Wow.
But if you would,
Yeah.
we prefer for you to register beforehand just so we can have an idea. But if you, it's a last minute thing and, I know life's busy, come out the day of and register at the event.
And another question, too, because I've known some folks that do this. If someone's out there that maybe just had surgery, can't get on the course this year, is there an opportunity maybe for them to just make a donation to the tournament and do those things?
Yes, we'll always accept just straight donations. Like I said, if it's a whole sponsorship or just a donation on the side, that works also. So we can always help each other in whatever way we can there.
Yeah.
So.
No. What's your favorite part of the golf tournament as a whole? Is it the mini games that are through the tournament? Is it the camaraderie?
Yeah.
For me, I may or not be having a little bit too much fun last year on hole 3 and not making it to 9. I don't know. Thank God I'm not there anymore. But we're moving on. What's your favorite part of it?
So I'll admit, when I was younger, I used to be very, very competitive.
Yep.
Still competitive, but I've realized that the older we get, our skills diminish, and you just got to go have fun with it. So having fun with the game, realizing that you're never going to be, on tour. You're not going to do this. Let's go out and have fun with our friends. Have the social aspect, all right, and just relax. And that's when it usually, if you just relax, that's usually when you play your best golf anyway. So come out, have a good time, swing the club, say hello to a bunch of people, and enjoy, each other's company.
Wait, hold on here. You're telling me ESPN isn't following us with cameras?
They're thinking about ESPN Plus might be there.
Well, 2 things. I quit taking practice swings a long time ago because I realized my best swing was my first one, so grip it and rip it and hope for the best. Because every time I think I'm wrong anyway, Then another thing, too, that you'll love is the Athletic Association has their annual tournament. Well, about 10, 12 years ago, my dad was out there playing in it like he does that because he coaches for Alton High and is out there. Good golfer, but, could be better. And he's sitting out there and he hits a drive and this thing kicks off a bunker and he goes ballistic, and the world's watching. And the story goes, he took his club, threw it against the bunker, and someone goes, "Greg, that went in!" The angriest hole-in-one you've ever seen in your life. Great story. I have to tell that every time. Wow. I just love it.
That is so cool.
But I mean, this is what got faith. Really, it goes hand in hand because on the golf course, there's no better way of getting to know somebody than on the golf course. And really, talking about morals and stuff, the golf course is a great place for them because you're only cheating yourself if you bump up the score, and you're playing against yourself a lot of the times to get better. And that's kind of what God Faith is about in a way, is that community and building yourself up to be better than who you were yesterday, And
That's great.
I really think this is a fantastic opportunity. And, Jeremy, when you're looking to do this next year, are you looking to do it at the same time if it goes well?
Yeah, we'd like to have it in June, and hopefully it continues to be, it can always be at Rollins Hills as far as I'm concerned. But
great course.
If for some reason the scheduling doesn't work out, we just got to get on it early enough in the year to maybe move it to a Saturday, because I think Saturdays people tend to attend those a little bit more than maybe a Sunday afternoon. It's family day and stuff, but we'll see. Hopefully we can get a lot of traction going right now. So
I think so. Getting it out ahead of time and just keep building it, because I really think this is going to be a big thing. Now I got to ask, prize-wise, what are we winning here?
Yeah, so depending on how many teams is where we're going to be flighting this. Okay, so but I'm going to be we're going to have sponsors going on for closest to the pins. Usually there's either some kind of a dozen balls, or thinking about some Cardinals tickets in there also and stuff. So we're still working on the prize exactly, but it's going to be, I want it to be enough. And in fact, the one golf tournament that I just played, another company called Launch Golf, they were out there with this potato gun like thing. Okay, so next year if we get enough teams, because it's a little pricey on there, and stuff, but if we get enough teams, I want to have them come out and do this, because we just participated in it last week. This thing went 320 yards through the air, just straight. I mean, it was unbelievable. And they air this thing up to about 120 psi. And all 4 members of the team get to basically sit there and shoot this golf ball off of there if they choose to. And it's very cool. And so we'd like to do that. We talked to them about some availability. It wasn't quite, didn't work out this year. But I said next year we'll get with you and stuff. And so we're trying to build this up, have a lot of fun, have some games, and make it unique. And just make it a nice event, So.
I'm in. I'm a fan. This is going to be fun. And what's great to know is off the bat, we already have some teams signed up. So if we can creep up a little bit closer and closer as the date gets to us, that's a win. I'm in for it. Wow. And once again, what's the date and time on that?
Sure. It's Sunday, June 25th at 1 p.m. Shotgun start.
Cool.
Registration will be at 12 for those that want to come out a little last minute, but feel free to either email or even call or text and say, I've gotten some of those already saying, hey, I got a team, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, come on out. It's going to be a great time. Lots of prizes, lots of attendance things. It's going to be fun. So shooting for 18 teams, and we just need about 12 more so far. So let's see if we can get is this thing on? Hello.
Yeah, that's for all of you at home. That was the call to action notification right there. Just a little tap, tap. Hey, tap, tap, taparoo,
That's right. Just happy. Come on, happy.
I just had a thought though. We normally do a 500 men breakfast with Timmy Zell. Mm-hmm. And you didn't know Timmy Zell's a preacher?
Absolutely. I didn't know he was a preacher.
Yeah, he preaches. Wow. He comes to it and he preaches.
Very talented.
Really cool.
But we always do it in August. But why couldn't we do it before the golf tournament and have these guys sign up?
Now that would be cool.
Now we're
Timmy Zell. I know the only time I can get a hold of him is at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you're right. That's a job. That's a tough one right there. That's a lot of commitment.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be amazing.
I'm telling you.
A week or two before it and have them,
sign up. I'm telling you, I'm a fan. I love this. I've always told people.
And it just came.
It seems like I keep telling people there's
peppermint
something about this studio where if people are in it, ideas just start coming out, and then all of a sudden, well, we get ourselves into either trouble or success, and that's to be determined. But I like that idea.
Yeah.
And now, Steve, for anybody that wants to utilize Got Faith or learn more about the ministry, learn about ways maybe you can help them, what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Probably call me, 618-567-5877, or feed inspire the hungry at gmail.com.
Absolutely. And
or just come in. Usually Thursdays is for the Kermunchkin Day, where the old people older people come and have free coffee and free donuts. The haircuts are going on.
I love
the
it.
food pantry is going on, and Tuesdays and Saturdays is Martha's Closet, and 80% of our clothing is from Walmart, Arcados.
Yeah.
And we sell it for $2.
You can't even beat that. Well,
And it's not even, it's kind of like donating it for $2.
Well, it is.
You know?
Well, and to me, and Jeremy, I don't know if you can attest this. It's just I still can't wrap my head around that. There's such an extensive ministry service right here in our community. I mean, it's so hard to recognize that sometimes.
Yeah, so changed buildings recently, right?
Yes.
And so went from the old Sinclair's building in
Yes.
Jerseyville now
Yeah.
to the old hospital in the middle of town there.
And it's huge.
on Pine Street, is that
It's
right?
a big boy, that's for sure.
Yes,
So
508
it's
West Pine.
508 West Pine. Everybody needs help, looking for help. 508 West Pine, right in the middle of town. And it's been a blessing to, I'm sure, to
Yes,
get that
it
facility.
has.
So.
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough. I always
Yeah.
enjoy talking with you,
Thank you.
Steve, and all the good work you do. And to hear some testimonial, too, is cool because, it just shows the great work that Got Faith has done for years and will do for years to come. Like this golf tournament is going to be going on for years to come because this is going to be a big one. I can feel it, guys. I really can. 9:40, thank you for your time. We'll take
Thanks,
a quick
CJ.
break. And
Appreciate
we're
it.
going to talk to Luis. It sucks because the Cardinals are playing better now. I used to have a segment where it's how bad are the Cardinals this week. And now I can't do that. So now we got to talk about how the Cardinals-Cubs rivalry started because Luis may or may not have said that the Mississippi River was connected to Chicago. So we got some splaining to do from Luis. We'll take a quick break. Our daily show, that rolls on after this.